the next episode 2 of the Rob and Kristen show. And so we thought we'd pop on here and say hello.
And somebody forgot to turn their phone off while we were recording and got a phone call in the middle of it, which was lots of fun.
We, we won't mention who it was, Richard, his song. Now I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna share it. You say something while I do this. I'm over here trying to share my updated.
Well, we had a lot of fun recording it, and we talk a lot about Valentine's Day. And a lot of you have seen my posts on Facebook about Valentine's Day. We want you to participate in some of these posts because we're really interested in what you do for Valentine's Day, your favorite memory from Valentine's Day has been, and if you made those Valentine's boxes as a kid, or if you help your kid with the Valentine's boxes, we would love to see pictures of those. Some people have been sending us pictures, and it has been really fun. The other thing, too, is that Rob and I didn't do anything last year to celebrate our first Valentine's Day married, or our first Valentine's Day together. In fact, we didn't even exchange cards. And so we are
Cards are
taking
right over there.
so we are taking suggestions on what should we do this year for Valentine's Day. So if you have any ideas, drop a comment below this video, or hey, text Rob, email us, whatever you need to do. Send us private message, but there's lots of fun things that we could do. I mean, I would love to be able to cook something because Valentine's Day is in the middle of the week.
Yes,
So
it's a Tuesday this
yeah,
year.
it's a Tuesday this year. If we're gonna go someplace, we'll have to go either before or after. But
We look kind of cool on there.
so
That's
what else
cool.
is so what else is going on? What's coming up in our next episode?
The next episode, we talk about Valentine's Day,
Are,
and we give away a car.
no.
We don't.
Oh, unless it's a Matchbox car.
Oh, it could be. We talk about cars.
Well,
I knew it was something. We talk about cars.
you love
Uh,
talking about cars anyway, so
I do. And so we talk about cars, and super excited. This episode was kind of neat. As I talk about on the show that we did tonight, is we kind of are evolving. The show is evolving as we're doing this. And so we're kind of excited to watch it. This set and the way that you're seeing today's show isn't the final what we're going to see going forward. We have plans for a complete set look and everything, but we did not want to wait. So many people in life, including me, will put things off, and this
until
way you're
everything is perfect.
yeah, until everything's perfect, and it's never going to be perfect.
No.
And so we're super excited. We're having a blast over here doing this, and we think it's gonna grow, and you're gonna organically see from episode 1 to episode 2. Actually, there are bloopers in episode 2. I have my timer on my phone go off, which was cool. That was awesome. And also someone called us. Oh, we mentioned that already, Richard, his song. We should tag him in this.
Well, you know what? One of the reasons that we do these things without really having everything completely set up the way we would like it to be is we really do believe in starting now, because we don't want to get to a point where we try to make everything so perfect that we just say, you know what? We're never there. We're never quite going to get there. And there will always be a reason for us not to do it. And I heard a really great sermon the other day, Rob. I was listening to Jensen Franklin, and one of his sermons, he said, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can do. It was
Mhm.
it was a great 3-point sermon. So any pastors, if you're watching out there, if you have 20 points into a sermon, I'm not going to remember all 20 points, but I watched this sermon one time and I remembered the 3 points. Start where you are, which is why we're doing what we're doing now. use what you have, which is why we're using the things that we have and we're doing what we can do. So we are
Mhm.
following what it is that God has asked us to do. And we believe that God is going to bless us for being obedient.
Oh, I totally believe that. I totally believe that God is opening some neat doors. And we had people that texted us and also emailed us. By the way, if you have a prayer request, and this is something that Kristen and I just feel is such an integral part of our life, is our prayer time. And if you have a prayer request, you can go to our website, abundanttv.com. Just go over to abundanttv.com. And under the tab that says prayer, just fill out your prayer request. We would love to pray with you. Our staff would love to pray with you. And we're super excited about where all of this is going.
Or just send us a message.
Yep.
If you're here on watching this on Facebook, just send us a message.
Mhm.
We would love to be able to pray for you. And one of the things that we talked about, Rob, is just making sure of our salvation and knowing that we've accepted Jesus. And if you don't know, contact us. We
Yep.
want to pray with you. But we do believe that prayer is very, very important, because that's our communication stream with God. And God needs to hear us pray. He wants to hear us pray. He already knows everything that we need, but He wants to hear us ask. And Rob, you and I were talking about that earlier today when we were doing our Bible study, is that God really wants to hear us ask, just like, if you have a little child and they really want something, you want to hear them ask for it.
Yes. And I think it's an obedience thing. He wants
Yes.
he wants our obedience to say, this God, this is what I need, or this is where I'm at. God, can you help me?
Oh, sure. And also, God wants us to really focus on Him, and Psalm 37 really talking about delighting in the Lord. And if we do that, if we trust in God and we delight in God, the word promises us that He will give us the desires of our heart. And the reason that we know that we're going to get those things is, number one, because God said it. But this also means that when we're delighting in God, He is also aligning His will with ours. And we're listening to God, which is why our will is aligned with God's, and why we know that we'll get what we petition God for, what
Yep.
those innermost things, because God is the one who places them there. So, which leads me to talk about something else, a reminder of something else before we jump off here, is our podcast.
Yes. That doesn't have a name.
Yeah, well, that doesn't really surprise me. But I mean, one of the things that we just started is doing a Bible teaching podcast that doesn't have a name. But in that podcast, I don't know, I really haven't decided where we're going. Might just be a pick something. First, I thought I was just going to start at the beginning of Psalms, but then God led me to something else and did that instead. So who knows where God will lead me next week?
That's right. We talked about spies.
Yes, we did. And of course, in my head is the Mission Impossible theme right now.
Well, I was asking if they had a Jaguar. That was it. That was it.
Uh-huh.
Because they were, the whole thing with James
Yes.
Bond. Yes. His early days. Then he went on to different cars, but I think he started with a Jaguar. So, or is it actually correct Jaguar? But yes.
I don't know.
Um,
You would know that.
it is, and we want you guys tune in to the Robin Kristen show on Abundant TV. Join us there at least 80 times a week. It's on all the time. I see us every second of the day. It seems not quite. It's actually on about twice a day. And plus that, also the new show that I'm doing called the Rob Patz Project, had Todd on this past week. It was amazing. We've got other great guests lined up. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to have guests here on the Rob and Kristen show. So be watching for that over the next few weeks.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Really excited about that.
Hey, thanks to each and every one of you that have shared our videos, talked to us, reach out to us on Facebook. You can get us through Abundant TV, or you can go to our website and email us through there. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Monday night when no, not the Broncos, the Buccaneers and the Cowboys are playing.
Well, you can go watch football, I guess.
That's it. That's where we're headed. Have a blessed night, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.